Time to get real with the one, the only Debbie Georgianni, Debbie, Georgia, N and I. Good morning to you, Debbie.
Good morning. Good morning. Boy, I'm so excited about today, the final day, final hours of this amazing spring share-a-thon. And I love that music. I hope Ron considers playing it all day long. But anyway, okay, I think we're going to have today's going to be epic. I think we're going to have like the greatest day ever. I just feel it.
Yeah, hiccups.
Oh, there you go. There you go with the Michael Jackson.
No, I'm doing hiccups.
Oh, the hiccups. Oh, you want hiccups today.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what that means, 4-figure pledges.
Lots of hiccups.
Okay, but let's get real.
Yeah.
Okay, so this came in from a listener that suggested that we cover this topic, and they wanted to talk about clutter in the home.
Ooh.
And you know that's a little bit different than being a hoarder, right?
Yes.
You know, hoarders, you know, that there's really an issue there, and you got to get to the cause of that and what's happening in your own mind, in your own emotional health and stuff. But clutter happens very easily because, you know, a lot of people have downsized. You know, they had a family home when the kids were little, and then the kids, you know, they left the nest, and so now they wanted to downsize, but you have all this stuff, right? And so you're not sure where to put it, and you know, sometimes you feel very disorganized, and sometimes just by life in general, you can get overwhelmed with things that just accumulate very quickly. Now, you don't see this a lot in Europe. I was just in France. And you don't see this a lot in Europe. They don't have a lot of storage there in places. It's very tight and compact and things of that nature, which is very interesting. So people learn to travel light and to do that. So I'm not saying that doesn't, you know, that clutter doesn't happen at all. I'm just saying just in the public spaces and like hotels and things of that nature, it's very interesting. So what does clutter do? Okay, here's what I want everyone to remember. Clutter is an instant barrier to things. Because when you have things that are out of order, you know, just kind of messy, it tends to bring it can tend to bring a person down rather than lift their spirit, okay? Because you just have all this stuff around you, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with it? Well, now what do I do with it? Should I save it? Should I give it away? Should I donate it? Should I sell it at a garage sale? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. With the exception of somebody that has a cluttered desk, okay? There's been many thoughts on this. If you ever notice like real geniuses, right, that are like, you know, I don't know, like the Steven Spielberg type.
Like me. I mean, just go ahead
yeah,
and say
like
it.
you, Dave,
Yeah.
and the Steven Spielberg, you know, that high category,
right.
right? You'll find that people that are like creative geniuses, they will have a cluttered desk. And there's reasons for that, because they think that maybe possibly, now these are all things that I've read in psychology things, but you know, you have to take it, you know, just see if it kind of applies and see what you can do with it. There's a thought that when you have a lot of clutter around you in your immediate surroundings, right around your desk and stuff, it could be a sign that you are such a creative person that you've got so many things going on that you just, you know, to have nothing on your desk or have it be very orderly, almost it doesn't help your creativity. It's a weird thing. Okay, so
I
that's
just
why
think
you
it's
see
another way of saying you're a pig, but that's okay.
yeah, okay, but yeah, right, but so
I get
so
it, though,
let's
yeah.
so let's take that separate, the cluttered desk thing, that's separate. Let's just talk about a cluttered home and things of that nature. When we can simplify, when we can streamline things, it does free us up, so we have more time, especially more time with God. So it is very freeing and very just how do I say this? It really lifts the mood, lifts the spirit when we can declutter. And part of that is a detachment, which is also a very big spiritual exercise, like John of the Cross and others talking about detachment in all things. It's really wonderful. So this is what I would suggest. We're going into the weekend. Try to declutter. Try to organize one drawer, one little place in your home this weekend. Just one little place. And then go back the next day and the next day and take a look at how well you did. One little place, a little drawer, like a junk drawer, or you know, something of that nature. Just one, and go back and go back and go back and say, wow, that looks really good. Wow, that feels good. Wow, that makes it feel right. you'll see that it does prompt you to keep going in that direction. So you can kind of peel away all the distractions, all the barriers, and that will actually naturally elevate you and your spirit up to God. The idea is to always focus on God, to keep your head up. And so it's really a powerful little exercise that works wonders.
I am definitely going to take you up. I love that suggestion. I'm gonna do that today because I'll tell you what, my dresser. I open the drawers and I go, one of these days.
Yeah, right. One of these days. Yeah.
And then, Don and I were going to be, we've been talking about cleaning out the closet for, we put it off probably 5 weekends in a row. But if you do a little at a time, if I do one drawer at a time, that's great. I love that.
Yeah, and maybe pray the rosary or have the rosary praying in the background as you're doing it. Beautiful. It really is a practical exercise that turns into a spiritual kind of you get how do I say it, spiritually advanced, if you will. It's amazing. That's why there's so many saints that talked about detachment, simplifying things, bringing things in order. There's a reason for that. When we see things in order around us, we tend to be more in order in the interior.
I love it. And look, the greatest evidence of this is go into any monastery.
Exactly.
You're going to find clean lines.
Yes.
Decent stuff, but not a lot of it.
Yep.
And so a great spiritual principle there. I know Eileen and I, we did an estate sale. I'm like, I want to get rid of all of it. And then we started again to say, now what do we absolutely need in this room and that room?
Right.
And kind of went that way.